Hi, this is Tamara from mooglyblog.com, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to crochet the Blue Moon Shawl, which is a free pattern you'll find on both yarnspirations.com and on mooglyblog.com as the Fall Crochet Along for 2021. To make this pattern, you'll need 2 Caron Big Donut Ogos. I used the Blue Moon colorway, which inspired the name. You'll also need a US K-hook, which is a 6.5 millimeter one. And of course, you'll need your usual crochet supplies, a yarn needle, stitch markers, and scissors. In this video, I will be demonstrating how to crochet section 8, which is the lighter blue section that you can see right here. So to begin section 8, we're going to start with row 48 and of course our new color. I'm using color C, but you can use whichever color you like. And don't forget, we're joining to the first stitch we made in the previous row, not in the last stitch. So we do not turn at the end of section 7. We're joining to the first the first stitch of row 47 as we begin row 48. So row 48 is actually just a repeat of row 45, which was the first row of the previous section. So this row that we're working to is a little bit different than the row we were working into, but the principle and instructions are exactly the same. We're going to join with our slip stitch there and then work 2 single crochets in the first stitch. So I want to go ahead and still mark that first one. And then put our second one in that same double crochet. And then we just work our way across the row. Anytime we come to a chain 3 space, we put 3 single crochets in there. Anytime we come to a double crochet, put a single crochet in the double crochet. So just work your way on down until you get to that center marked stitch. And then in that center marked stitch, you will have that single crochet, chain 2 single crochet, just like we had in row 45, and then just crochet up the other side with 2 single crochets in the very last stitch. So again, just a simple row of single crochet. This time we are working into all of those double crochets. And then again, in the center, it's just a single crochet, chain 2, place marker, single crochet. Just make sure you get those 2 single crochets in the very last stitch and you'll be all set for row 48. So I'll see you when it's time for row 49. So here we are at the end of row 48. Again, we've just single crocheted our way across, 3 in each chain space, 1 in each double crochet, with 2 right there at the end. So now we're ready to turn and begin row 49. So row 49 will start with a chain of 6, which means it will be a double crochet and chain 3. So this time I'll go ahead and chain all 6 and just put my my stitch marker in the top of that third chain. There we are, to mark that double crochet. So after that, we work a double crochet in the first stitch. Let me try that again. There we go. Double crochet right in that very first stitch. There we are. And then we are going to skip 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll put my thumb right there on the very next one. So this is the part then that begins with the asterisk and begins the repeat for row 49. We're going to work a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in that next single crochet, the one I left my thumb on there. So let's go ahead and make sure we skip those 4, come to the next one, and work our double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet, all in that same stitch. Then we skip the next 4 single crochets and do it again. And that's our repeat for the first half here of row 49 until we get to that marked chain space. So let's do that once more together. Skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next one, double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. So I'll see you when we get to the center of row 49. So as we work our way down the first half of row 49, we work our double crochet, chain 3 double crochet, skip 4 stitches, and that lands us exactly in that marked chain space. So inside the marked chain space, we are going to work a double crochet, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to double crochet again, and then place marker. This is our new center right here, this double crochet. So we'll put our stitch marker right in the top there, and then bet you know what comes next if you've been following along. We chain 3 again and double crochet back in that same stitch, just like so. After that, we can go right back to our repeat, but of course we need to turn it around a little bit and first skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then work our double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the stitch after that. So let's continue up the side of, the second side rather, of row 49, and I'll see you when we get to the end. So here we are at the end of row 49, and these instructions actually go all the way to the very last stitch. We skip those 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the very last stitch, we simply make another one of those wide V stitches, our double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. And that is it for row 49. Let me get that last double crochet right in there. There we go. And that is how it should look at the end of row 49. And now we can turn and make row 50, which is the last row for section 8. Row 50 is a repeat of row 44, but that was a couple videos ago. So let's go ahead and do that together. We're going to start with a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3. I know that one will count as the top of my double crochet. So I'll get my stitch marker in there. Then chain those 3 more there. 1, 2, 3. And then double crochet back in that first stitch. Then we skip the next double crochet and work a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet between the previous and the next one. So this was the row where we go back in between those V stitches to work more V stitches. Those really wide ones. Double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. There we are. And then we skip 2 and do it again. Come in between. Let me hold it out so it's a little easier to see there. Right in between those. So right in the space in between those V's, that's where we put our V's for row 50. So I will see you when you get to the center of row 50. So we've worked our wide V stitches in between the V stitches of the previous row, and now we've come down to that marked center stitch there. We want to skip the double crochet before that marked center stitch, and then in that stitch, we are going to work our new center here with a double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet again, place marker. So just like what we did in the previous row, and also, of course, in row 44. Chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet back in that same stitch. There we are. So there is our new center right there in the middle of row 50. And then we just begin our repeat again. We're going to skip that next one so we can go in between these 2 V stitches here to make more V stitches all the way down until we get to the end. So I will see you at the end of row 50. So we've made our second half here for row 50 until we come right to the end with 2 double crochets remaining. So we're going to skip the next one, and in that very last stitch, marked with our stitch marker there, we're going to go ahead and put 1 more double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. There we are. And with that, we have finished section 8, and we are done with this color. So we're going to go ahead and break this yarn. And then we are going to be ready to join for section 9. For section 9, I will be using the medium blue. Again, of course, you can use whatever color you like to use, but please note, we will not be turning. So once again, when we begin section 9, we'll join to the first stitch we made in this row, not the last one. And that's how to crochet that section of the Blue Moon Shawl. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos and the rest of this beautiful shawl pattern featuring Caron Big Donut Ogo. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.